So with Bhagavan Sri, let us continue. We are kind of preparing ourselves. We are trying to understand some of the basic concepts that's part of the very first word, atha. And as part of that, we saw in the last classes what a body is, what are the five elements are, how are they actually present in each one of us, right? Each element is present in 5 different ways. We saw that, right? A total of 25 that comes to, we went through some of the Sanskrit terms that are commonly used for that. Now, today, then, prior to that, we also saw the total of 6 obstacles that prevent us or on the way for us to understand something clearly, the obstacles in terms of achieving our own objective, right? We saw that. Now today, we will cover a few more things with Bhagavan Sri. Let's move on. I want to talk about Moksha and Karma, right? And Yogam comes to, Atha, Yoga is the next word, Patanjali Yoga Sutra. So Yoga means union, but union of what? What is joining what? What is one with what? We need to understand that, When we undertake a project, we have an idea of what the final objective is. We picture that in our mind. When you start and cooking something, a dish, we know what it's going to come out as, right? So, but moksha, we don't know, right? But we talk about it. So let's understand. We also need to understand about karma, something that we always do, right? So let us see what some of the concepts, some of the aspects of truth that the rishis have given us, right? So we understand precisely and we move on. The question comes, how long? Obviously, yoga means now I feel separate from myself. I feel separate from the true entity that I am, which is nothing but selfless love, the conscience that I have. But I feel separate from it, right? I don't feel that how many of us feel that I am God? We all think I am so-and-so, I am so-and-so, right? But that feeling of separation is fallacious, is wrong, is not true. And giving up that feeling of, the moment that feeling of separation is given up, which is giving up of ajnanam, ajnanam is removed, what is left is oneness. That is yogam. Right? Now we also are in the body. I cannot deny the fact that I'm aware of this body. I associate myself, I relate myself to the body more than I relate myself to who I am, right? Really am. So, caught in that envelope of understanding and operation and experience, we are also experiencing that, right? You cannot deny that. That is where Visishta Advaitam comes, right? What is the dharma for the body? What is the deha dharma? So, the question comes, so Swami, we are always bound by this dharma of the body all the time? Is there any release from it, freedom from it? How long am I bound by the deha dharma? So let's understand. Only so long you are bound by, so long as you have not recognized, cognized, experienced the jivatma within you. The more loving I become, if I become love itself, I have no obligations, no duty pertaining to the body. Simple. Okay? So that's the first thing to understand about it. Then the question is, okay, if I become aware of this is very important in the path of yoga, Patanjali Yoga Sutra, you're going to see this. Once I cognize the jivatma within me, how long will that awareness of the jivatma will last? The next question. This is very important. Also, when before Parikshit attends his moksham, he goes through all the stages. Okay, and says how long? The river keeps flowing only till the point it merges with the ocean. And it is very important to understand, as I am aware of the Jivatma and I cognize it, I still not become one with it. Right? Because remember, I still know that Jivatma is there. I'm aware that that itself must go. That's what Bhagavan says. It is, understand the subtle difference? Okay. What is moksha? We all want moksha. What is moksha? Okay, moha chayam is moksha. Moha chayam. Chayam means decline. Moha means attachment. The attachment declines and goes away. That is status is moksha. The attractor, attraction and attracted, right? We know those three things. But for the attractor, what is there to attract him? Nothing, isn't it? His nature, for love is, that's all. You understand? So, moksham is moha chayam. Now, the whatever word we use, Atma Tattva, Deha Tattva, these are all only words. They cannot capture what the real thing is. Then question comes, but can everybody attain moksha? Is it only the exclusive domain of people? So no. It is not limited to any given group of people. Everybody, anybody who wants to attain moksha can have it. Problem is we don't want. That's the problem. We want so many other things, but not moksha. Even though we say, yes, I want moksha, we don't really, right? So, we don't want it. If you want it, automatically you will get it. It's as simple as that. Everybody is eligible for it. Now, but you see, when you go buy a piece of jewelry, you pay money for it. You pay a larger piece of jewelry, you pay more money for it. You buy a Kia, you pay a certain price. You buy a BMW, you pay a higher price. So, the most valuable thing, you have to pay the highest price for it. As Swami Krishnananda says, as you embark in this journey to embrace and become one with Bhagavan, the price you have to pay is substantial. And the more, the closer you approach a flame or a fire, the hotter it is going to get. I can enjoy from long distance and I take comfort in the fact, yes, it is giving me warmth in this cold temperature. Yes. But the closer I go, the hotter it becomes. Like a firefly jumps into fire, when I become one with it, that is the last hit that you get from Bhagavan before you merge with him will be unbearable. Is what Swami Krishnananda says. So, with attaining moksham, you have to pay a price, just like anything else in life. But the price is one of discipline, one of sadhana. Literally, you don't have to worry about all these things. Okay, that's one pathway. There are so many pathways. Swami is going to teach us now. Should I go on the path of jnana or on the path of yoga? Are those going to come? Right? And the easiest way in Kali Yuga, what Bhagavan says, is that just be loving. God is love. Live in love. Start the day with love. Spend the day with love. End the day with love. So, be loving. That itself will take you closer to Bhagavan, which is nothing but prema eva. Love only is what Upanishad says. Now, what does it mean on a simple way? Very easy to do. start giving up my selfishness. Seriously. Just live for others, not only for me, not only for my family, my children, my spouse, No. Live for others, that the way everything in nature is. That's all the simple lesson is. But we are not doing it. We must do it. But giving up that selfishness is very, very important. Very important. Just like a way a cocoon, comes out, from a cocoon, butterfly comes. It has to go through that final thing of giving up, because nothing really belongs to us. I mean, we all know that. Intellectually we know. But still, I act as if this is mine and that belongs to me and all this, right? But selfishness, starting this moment, reduce your desires. Whatever you have, share it with others. Not because you want to practice giving up selfishness. No. Sharing with others, you do it because that is your fundamental nature. Right? So simple. So sadhana, that is a part of the discipline you have to go through. As part of becoming less selfish, you will automatically undertake certain sadhanas. It will automatically come. Okay? That will give you so much peace and happiness. Now, why am I born? Why is man getting birth? Because of karma. Okay. But then next question is, karma. How many types of karmas are there? Right? Question comes. You need to understand this very clearly. I'm giving you all this in bullet points forms. Okay? So please understand. Hopefully not many words are wasted. We all know about one way to look at it, 3 types of karma. We say prarabdha karma, that we say, right? And sanjitam, we have heard the word, and ahami, those 3 words we have heard. Okay? And those of you who may not know, let me briefly say what those 3 are. Okay? Just imagine you have a sack full of karma. Okay, that's my karma. I have to. Now the game that we play is to make the sack empty. That's all. Once the sack becomes empty, nothing left. Right? Now, I decide to take birth. Bhagavan has not decided. I am the one who has decided, which means Bhagavan in me. He says, this game is being played. This is what beautifully Daya Sadakam Swami Desikan describes it very nicely. And then I said, okay, I've got this now 100 pounds of karma here. Okay, let me take birth as a mountain. Okay, live for, 10 million years or whatever. All right. And so that will come down, let's say, 98 pounds gone. Whatever. Then I say, okay, remaining 2 pounds, I'll take birth as an earthworm. Or maybe 0.1 pound gone. That way, whatever. I'm just saying. Now I'll take birth as a human being. And because everybody wants the birth of a human being, including the devas and all that. It's a happy destination, is the way the Buddhism called it. Among the 31 different types of awareness, the worlds that people live in, people mean not only human beings. Okay, the human beings is the most sought after. Okay, so we say fine. I would take birth as a human being. Getting rid of 1.9 pounds is not a big deal. Then what happens? So out of this, I'll say, okay, in this birth, I'll get rid of 0.9. Let's assume, as an example. So I've taken birth to get rid of 0.9 pounds. So leaving only 1 pound behind. Whatever I've decided. Now, the total amount of karma that I've got, let's assume at the time I take a birth. Okay, I'm not going before that or after that. That total amount is called sanjitam. Sanjita karma. Now, the prarabdham is the karma that I decided to get rid of. Okay? And that is 0.9 in this case. I say, okay, I'm born with 0.9 pounds of prarabdha karma. So that's why all these things happen to us. Because I'm supposed to account for and negate and balance out that 0.9. So that is prarabdha. But in the process of carrying out and negating this and living out the effects of the 0.9 pounds of karma in this case, I do so many things as a human being. In the process, I end up accumulating maybe 1,000 pounds of karma. And these are the karmas that are coming in the future. That is called ahami. Okay? So those are three types. You understand? Conceptually, right? So sanjitam, prarabdam, ahami. So where is the end? This is what Swami Desikan says. That is why Bhagavan has got daya. His compassion. We say, Bhagavan Karunakara, why are you giving me so much misery? No. If the equation algorithm works only by itself, without Bhagavan's intervention, there is no end for us. Because, especially as human beings. Everybody else does his dharma. Every single thing, they don't have any agami. The mountain does not have any agami. An earthworm does not have any agami. Only human beings, because of our selfishness, so simply ahamkaram mamakaram, bisa ahamkaram. So this Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita also, when Arjuna asks him, it is very simple. Because of this you are suffering. Okay, so in a modern language, to put it in a simple way we can understand, it is selfishness and self-aggrandizement. Those are the two we have to get rid of. Nothing else. Nothing else. Then there's no ahami after that. Self-aggrandizement means what? Elbowing and bulldozing my way through. Always putting myself in the front. Not me, not only me. The me acts in even a worse way. Mama, mine. It's even worse. My child has to sing first. She has to get, or he has to get the prize. It's mine. How we compete and bulldoze and we may talk sweetly, but that's what we are doing. There is a release, there is a freedom, there is the escape, nothing. You have to act. That's the sadhana. In a simple way, selfishness, self-aggrandizement. Self-aggrandizement is very easy to practice. When you get into a bus in Chennai, wait till everybody gets in. Why are we? Life is like that. If somebody wants to go and give a speech, let him. Let everybody enjoy. Be in the background. Have you seen Paramacharya ever bulldozing his way through in anything? Have you seen anybody, Ramana Maharishi, any devotee? They all will be happy where they are because they know Bhagavan is there with them. Going, you know what I'm saying? Very easy to follow. Now, those are three types of karma. There are another three types of karma, another division. Okay? The good karma, the bad karma, and the mixed karma. Those are the three types. Okay, do you understand now? Okay. Now, you can also add a fourth type to this. The karma of a jnani is a fourth type, which really doesn't touch anything. Just like a smoke on the sky, nothing is touched for him. Okay, so good karma, bad karma, mixed karma. So, what is then bad karma? If you think of Duryodhana, immediately what do you think? Bad things that he did. Or Kamsa, so we know. We know what a bad karma is, what a good karma is, and what all these things. Okay, nobody has to teach us anything. Everything is, all you have to do is look inward. But let us, since in a class like this.
So what's the difference between ahami and bad karma?
No. Okay. The difference between ahami and bad karma. Now, ahami is the karmas of the future karma load. They can be both satkarma as well as dushkarma, good karma as well as bad karma.
Oh, okay.
Both are included in that.
The effect of
current action, exactly right. And effect of current action. Now, action means thought, word, and action. All the three are included in that. I think bad, I got to pay for it. Very simple effect of a bad thought is you get a headache immediately. I mean, seriously, it's like taking a food that is poisoned. Immediately you get stomachache. So that's an immediate effect that goes away. You don't have to worry about it in the future. Now, Some comes later. 15 years later, you get cancer because of what you did early on. So effects are different. Even a food takes about 4 hours to digest. So some are immediate, like when I hit a table, immediately I get pain. So that's karma right there. But sometimes I hurt you with my words. How long does it pester? Just imagine. So each one, so both the good word as well as the bad word. Both are included in ahami.
Cause and effect.
Huh? Cause and that's all it is. Cause and effect. Now, the dushkarma, so what is a bad karma? What is a dushkarma? And we have to understand. Bhagavan Rama also explains this very beautifully in Ramayana. Okay, is that any act? That act means thought, word, and action. Remember, so any act that is done without fear of God, without fear of sin. You don't have to fear God. You love God. No need to fear God. But when we say fear God, what we mean is the disrespecting that selfless love that is present everywhere. For my own ego and arrogance, I discard it. That becomes dushkarma. I do something sinful knowingly. That is dushkarma. Do you understand? Now, we have 6 enemies within us. Okay? And you all know what those are. Right? You all know what the six enemies are? Right? Kamam, Krodham,
Madam Matsaryam,
Moham. Kamam, Krodham, Moham, Madam, Lobham, Matsar. Right? Now, any act I do under the influence of any one of these is a dushkarma. Simple. Putting it in the simplest way, any act I do, not keeping the company of Bhagavan is dushkarma. Yeah. Kamam, Krodham, Moham, Lobham, Madam, Matsaryam. Matsaryam means jealousy. Matsaryam means jealousy, envy, poramai, we say in Tamil. Madam. We are going to talk about that. Madam. Okay. And Garvam, we say, Garvam also there are different things. Garvam, Darpam, Dambam, so many things are going to come. We have to understand each one of these. Each one we have. Okay. So, it is not like somebody else has it. I have all these. So, you must take it personally.
We should not fear God. The nectar of love and affection. But most of the acharam and anushtanam, they are observed only with fear to God.
Oh, what a good question sir is bringing. Fantastic question. So let me repeat for the people on the phone. See, this is how Bhagavan teaches. He brings out the question and then he gives out the answer. So all of us will learn. This is exactly how satsang takes place, how Bhagavan is the teacher. I am telling you. Now, from my experience, I can absolutely declare this as the truth. The question is, you say you should not fear God. And then all the acharams and anushtanams. Now, acharams and anushtanams are the phraseology used in the mode of worship that Sir is following. Okay? And if you go to Christianity, if you go to Islam or maybe some other part, they all have their own words to describe. But basically the concept is they're all based upon fear of God. Okay? How can that be? And it should not be. Bhagavan, there is
the 10 Commandments, the rules.
The 10 Commandments, different, the so-called religion. The religion is very, very good. It's don't get me wrong. Just because some religious teachers may not be practicing or propagating the right message, does not negate the importance of religion. Religion is a very noble, sacred thing. Religios. That's what religion means. Religios. Basically, it means going back home. That's all it means. Who doesn't want to get back home? Even we all have come here. You all want to go back home only. It's natural. Natural for the river to go to the ocean. I mean, that's the whole, nothing, but the word for that is religios. From there, the word religion has come. Now, just because people have made it commercial does not mean religion is not important. Now, having said that, how does, the answer to Swart's question, you think, before we go to, how does a river go back to the ocean? Does it go out of fear? When I drop a pin, it falls on immediately. Does it go out of fear? It's attracted. It is natural for it to go. When a small child gets hurt, okay, and it goes to the mother, immediately hugs mother's legs there, as it goes out of fear. It's natural attraction. Okay? There is, if you look at the stories and glories of all the devotees, the Bhagavatam, there are lots of people very interested in Bhagavatam, in this room. We must understand Bhagavatam properly. And first to get out of this notion, it is the book. We all think immediately book and immediately put it in our eyes and put it on our head and put it in the puja room. No. 18,000 slokams, sir, I'm reading. What doesn't mean nothing, means zero. I'm sorry to be very blunt. But how did Prahlada approach Narasimha? How did Dhruva approach Sriman Narayana when he came? How did Kunti approach Krishna? Do you see fear there? Huh? Is Bhagavan fearful? No. Absolutely not. It is nothing but love. So let the Swami has said very clearly, there is no escape from it. First, Bhagavan is happy only when he gives you some difficulties. Please accept that. Okay? There is nothing that is without difficulty. A butterfly comes. You all know the story of one person who wanted to help. Oh my God, this thing is so much suffering, coming from the cocoon. I'll go and help it so that it doesn't have to. But he opened it. What happened? Exactly. So nature has its way. I have to work, exercise my muscles for it to become strong. Nothing wrong in that. Okay, that is why Kunti says, give me misery. Not because, hey, sir, Kunti says, give me misery. No. Why? Because honestly and sincerely and truthfully, she is in the company of Bhagavan. It's not the company of misery. Misery is nothing but company of Bhagavan. So she wants misery. That's why you have to look. So you don't have, the fear does not exist. Now, suppose say you make a mistake. We all do. And your boss calls you. Because all of us work for paycheck, so this is something very important for us. So I can talk in that analogy. Okay? And you made the mistake, and the boss calls you, and you go into his room. What is your feeling, mental feeling? One of unsettled mind, maybe fear, what's going to happen, who can I blame or whatever, that you have, that's a feeling of guilt. Because none of us wants to make mistake, because God is perfect and we are perfect. Ultimately, internally, we are nothing but perfection. Right? So mistake is foreign to us. Right? Being loving is our nature. Being not loving is foreign to us. It's not natural. So speaking the truth is natural to us. Uttering a lie is unnatural. So when you utter a lie, you feel guilt. Forget the world. This is all internal. Journey between me and Bhagavan. That's all. Nothing else matters in this. Right? You feel guilt when you tell a lie. Now, when Bhagavan, let me share with Daya Sadagami again, because it is so powerful and it touched me so much. Coming back to why we fear, okay, is actually Bhagavan says, why fear when I am here, is what Bhagavan says. No need for fear. But coming back, when at the end, when we leave the body, we nicely, Swami Desikan describes what happens. I go to this in huge palatial hall, there Sriman Narayana is seated. On a majestic, magnificent throne. Hey, Swami, it doesn't matter, the throne and all. I've seen Swami sitting, I've heard he's sitting on the polypropylene chair that we have, because he sits in the heart of devotees. That is his seat, he himself has said. But all the throne and all we make for our satisfaction. So he says, okay, my Bhagavan Bhakta has given, so he takes it. That's all. There's no attachment. But he's seated there. And I enter. Right? Now, the interesting thing is, after I leave the body, I want to keep the body. Because now I understand. I'm so happy the mistakes I made. Oh, next time I won't make those mistakes. So I want to finish it off and come. But that's difficult to get the body again. Oh, that's another story. So I enter the beautiful palace, so huge it is filled with sacks, like a jute sacks, we say huge bags and bags and bags and bags of my karma. These are all my karma sacks sitting there. So I'm amazed so much. And on this throne, Sriman Narayana sitting there, Prasanna Vadanam, nothing but love, so peaceful and blissful. The interesting thing is, when you go to the company of somebody who's peaceful, your agitations also go away. You become peaceful. Go and stay next to Paramacharya. What happens? That is Ramana Maharaj. They are so peaceful, their environment itself is peaceful. All the Panchabhutangal are at their command. So you go there, you become peaceful also. For that moment you are peaceful. So in this environment you are nothing but peace and happiness and bliss and all that. Because you're so engrossed in the beauty of Bhagavan. And then Swami asks you the question. Rajan, come, Vandati, I've been waiting for you. How are you? Come, Kanna. It's the love you cannot experience even from your mother. It's impossible. It's so much love. That's where real home is, actually. That is home. So much love it is. And then you fall at the feet. Oh, very good. So what all did you do when you were away? Tell me. Now, he knows. Everything is pictured. It's like a continuous videography in 3 dimensions. That's what Chitragupta is nothing but that. It's not a one person writing on a piece of paper. No, that's all old technology. It's called complete. Everything is there. Okay? And press of a button, taking the whole rewind can go forward. Right? No problem. Any scene at any time. Okay? 81st year, 3rd month, in the morning, 9 a.m., pang, it will come. Okay, what you did. So nothing is hidden from him. Nothing. When you're with Bhagavan, trust me, oh my God, nothing can be hidden. Because if you lie, he will either go away or he will pay the price for it. You don't know when you will get the next opportunity to interact with him. It's not easy. Okay, but you speak the truth, he'll love you very much. So you say, so you did that. So he goes through the dushkarmas and the satkarmas. So you arrange for that. You fed that 100 poor people there. And when that your child came to you running and getting hurt there, bleeding, you spoke to her so lovingly and gave her a hug. Very nice. You also spoke harshly to your wife, so you hurt her. All the things will come. Everything, yes sir, yes sir. So now disposition. What to do? Judgment has to be given. Account has gone. Okay. The beauty is you don't need witnesses in this. It's not a lawyer of for and against. There is no prosecution. There is no defense. You yourself give all the accounts. This is the beauty. So where is the need for witness? Right? So then Bhagavan decides something. Oh my God! Next to impossible to change the decision. He will change only at the request of a devotee. Like what Prahlada did, or what happened to Markandeya. It does not happen because he has to follow the law he himself has set, which is the algorithm is cause and effect. You do this, this is the result. I gave you buddhi, You can say you could have selected every moment. I have a choice. If I select the wrong path, what can I do? Oh, you're going to fall the cliff. You have to fall down the cliff. Nothing I can do, right? But so he won't interfere. But he will interfere in extreme cases. Extreme cases. Okay, karma dvamsine namaha. Right? So he will do that. When the request comes from the Prahlada or somebody devotee like him, or this is where why you don't have to, it is ridiculous to even to think of fearing God. That's what I'm trying to I'm going to give you this example now. Now, seated next to Sriman Narayana are two beautiful, majestic, incomparable, beyond the ability to describe effulgences. And one of them we call as Bhudevi, which is a personification, the form of Mother Earth, the universe itself. If the universe itself has got a form, what will it be? We call it, our name is Bhudevi. Okay, that's fine. But Bhudevi is present this way, in the way I see it. Okay, but effulgent, it is effulgent. So it is not like it is there only in Vaikuntham. Vaikuntham is right here. The other side of it is effulgent, we call as Sridevi. Sridevi does not mean only prosperity. It's all the resources required for me to conduct my life. They are the witnesses. Who are the witnesses right now? Both the Bhudevi and Sridevi are there. Right? Universe and the resources. Universe and resources. You cannot separate them. Impossible. Then, thank God, there is a third effulgence that is present. And that's the one that saves me. What is it? And that is inseparable from the drishti, from the vision, from the eye of Bhagavan. When Bhagavan looks at you as he is right this moment, but see, Bhagavan is never takes his eye off us. Not even one kshana. Even when I'm sleeping, even when I'm driving somewhere, that doesn't matter, right? But he never takes his eye off me because that's how he protects me, right? He's one step ahead of me, as we saw in Rudram, right? One step ahead of me, clearing away all the obstacles, right? That's why I'm able to walk. Just think, right? Obstacle mean not only external. My leg can give away, I can fall down. That's also gives me strength. So many ways he is there acting, innumerable ways. That's why we say infinite, because we cannot measure it. Now, when I see Bhagavan, when he takes a form, I can cognize. Even though he has taken the forms here, I'm not able to cognize Bhagavan in each one of you because I am not cognizing the Bhagavan in me. But if he comes, the other question is, suppose say Sriman Narayana shows up here in this room. We describe Shantakaram, Makarakundalam, Gagana Sadrisam, and Pithambaram and all these, Changa Chakra Gadabani. And not only Changa Chakram is not enough. We have to give him a sword and we have to give him a bow also. Right? Suppose he shows up in front of me with all that, with 4 arms and a sword here and this, and dark, absolutely dark blue, right? And with nice red lips. What do you think I will do?
You won't believe sometimes.
Exactly. Not sometimes. Most of us won't believe. And some of us now living in Kali Yugam, for everything for us has to be money. So even a non-Vaisya, who is Brahmin or a Sudra or a Kshatriya, whichever tendency he has, I want to do business. I want to do business. How can I make money? That's what we think now, unfortunately, especially in America, right? Or in India. So what will I do? How can I make money out of this? Swami says, I don't come to you and appear as, Venkatachalapati, for example. Venkatachalapati comes. If we go to Tirupati, suppose he comes with a nice namam like that and eyes closed. What will I do? Just think. He says, if I show up with 4 hands and like this,
you won't believe.
You will put me in a cage and take me around and make money. That's what you will do. That's why I don't show up. Like this. Right? But imagine, see, this is the status we have brought ourselves to. Now, I want to do yoga and merge with it. Come on, where we are, and so we have to understand all this, right? So, Sriman Narayana, in a form that I can be happy with, yes, Swami, Bhagavan, okay, that Swami can also take Kurura Swarupam, the most cruel form he can take. Like Narasimha, he came. Who can imagine a form of Narasimha? Can you create it in your mind till it happened? And that gives so much fear to Hiranyakasipu. But how did Prahlad, even Swami himself, are you not afraid of me? He says. Everybody is shivering. But you're not. No, why? I see only form of love. Is what he said. I'm not afraid of you. Even Brahma has to request him, see, please go, and he says Vijnapanam all the time. And to me, Brahma tells him, please, one Vijnapanam, please go and request him, please remove this form, I can't take this. So the little boy goes. Why? He sees only form of love. No fear. So in a form that Bhagavan takes a form with so much love, and then he looks at me, Sridevi and Bhudevi, there are all these sacks and sacks and sacks of karmas that I've got. Both Dushkarma and Satkarma, both are there. Don't think karma immediately means bad. The good also has to be given its effect, so I get my $1 million, whatever. Right? That doesn't happen because of something you did, because of what you did in the past. It happens and it does not happen, whatever. Now, Sridevi and Bhudevi are there when it is so much love. They are keeping quiet, right? Moment of disposition. The report has been submitted. And then Bhagavan has to decide. And Bhagavan takes his time, gives the longest rope, and he gives whatever, even the slightest loophole is available in the law he has created, he will employ. That's how he protects us. Okay, employing the loopholes, so to speak. Then the third effulgence that is present in Bhagavan's eye, inseparable from him. You cannot separate. Impossible. It is in Bhagavan Drishti all the time. That is Daya. That is Daya. That is nothing but love. Daya Devi is the name Swami Desikan gives it. And because what does it mean? Swami's vision, Drishti, his look at you is nothing but love. That's what it means. That's what it means. When it says inseparable, what? It's not like some other entity sitting there and inseparable. No. It is nothing but love. And that seeing, Swami says, seen through the eyes of love, all beings are beautiful. All thoughts are sacred. All actions are innocent. When you see like that, how will you punish? Where is the room for punishment? This is why Aditya Hridayam came. Rama was looking at Ravana. Yes, he has come to remove him because all the others could not suffer his atrocities, right? But he's going on for 18 days. Nothing happens. Why Agastya comes? Rama doesn't have to be reminded. Because love is so much, it forgives and forgives and forgives, nothing but forgive. That's all it does. So much love it is. You have to experience it. I taste it. I'm telling you, there's nothing like this in this world. Then, with love speaks, tells Sriman Narayana, Swami, Rajan is a very good person. That's all. See, he's only good. Child, so, okay. The Sibarus, the recommendation, so to speak, we call, that comes. And what does Bhagavan do immediately? All these mounds and mounds and mounds of sacks of my karma in that thing pulverizes. Just like that. Removes everything. That is what Swami Desikan says. You fear God when, Swami says, where there is Kama, there is no Rama. This is a lesson we have to take. When Sita looks at the deer, what is it? You mean the Sita is to get attracted to the deer? No. It's a lesson for us. you get attracted to the things of anything other than, it's a basic thing. Anything that attracts, if I attract myself to the object that attracts me, instead of the attractor within me that is doing the attraction, then I move away from the attractor. Very simple, right? We all experience it every moment. That's the message of that. So, when there is fear, when there is desire, out of desire comes fear. When you desire something, how does fear come? You want something. Now, will I get it? What happens if it doesn't happen? Or you don't get what you wanted. The fear of not getting what you have desired, that's where fear comes from. So when you approach Bhagavan, what do you want? You want only the lotus feet. When the river goes to the ocean, what does it want? It just wants to get home. Are you afraid of getting home? Impossible. Impossible. No fear. No. With Bhagavan, remove fear. I'm telling you, that is not right. That is that is very wrong if the teaching is given that way. And if you follow the teaching, there is also goodness in that. What is a goodness? Very simple. Like a mouse that's caught in a maze. We all know the scientific experiment. We watch the fun. Ding, 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 it goes, hits on the wall, right? And then it comes back and goes to the next one, hits on the wall before it goes to the final thing, opens the door and goes out. But how many times it has to hit the wall? It is like this. You go on a wrong path, you will find this is not the right way. Then that will tell you, okay, I have to look somewhere else. In that sense, nothing is wasted in life, but this is not correct. This is why you can make the decision of listening to Rama directly, listening to Krishna directly, right? And see what they say. He is talking to you. There is no intermediary between Bhagavan and you. Simple. That's the truth. Okay? And Acharya comes to tell you this. There's no intermediary. You go and find out yourself. That is what Taittiriya Upanishad he says. That's what Bhagavalli he says. When he goes and asks me, no, go and find yourself. There is no intermediary. The Acharya shows you the way that there is no intermediary. Go and do it yourself. Right? So, no, it is not only no need to be afraid of Bhagavan. It is wrong to do so. It is really wrong to do so, incorrect to do so. Okay, now I know I've given you a very long answer. Are you happy with that? Are you satisfied?
So the discipline should, when you said the sadhanas or the discipline, those disciplines should come not out of fear, but out of love that we have.
Exactly, very important. Remember, the first requirement is, I want to embrace the lotus feet. I want Bhagavan. I want God. That comes from you. That is why buddhi is given. We want so many things, but I don't want God. Then, moment you want it, you have to traverse that path. And it's like Paramacharya says, or Bhagavad Gita also says, it's like, it's a difficult path because it's like walking on the edge of a knife. It is so narrow path it is. So narrow. Okay? You can fall down, slip. They are called yoga brishtas. Okay? That then they get back and then go back. It's like that. But, yes, that's a path. And what is that path will be described in Yoga Sutra and Ashtanga Yoga and all. We'll describe it. Yes, go ahead.
No, as kids, when we grow up, when we question our parents, why we have to do pray, maybe they did not have the right answer. They said, if you don't pray too much, then, it's not
very, very good.
So, probably to get us into a disciplinary path, they just said, okay, do this, otherwise it is not good. So I think we were trained in our mind to have that.
We're trained the wrong way. We're trained the wrong way because the teacher is giving us the wrong message. Even the teaching that, for example, of putting fear in and do this, Omachi and all these things, they did it because they didn't know.
Yes.
The same message, if it is properly taught according to a Vedic education, mode of education, which was existent 300, 400 years ago, it was there. Only after that it is gone. Now we all go the wrong way. Just imagine how Rishi Sringa would have been brought up. Just imagine. Why can't all of us be brought up like that? Why? See, because we, as parents, we ourselves don't know. We think we want to do good for the children. No, we first must become good ourselves. If you become good yourself, children automatically learn from you. Automatically learn from you. So it is not a word thing; it's a conduct thing, right? And that is where. So we have to de-learn, and that is why I'm going through some of the basic concepts. Otherwise, we would have gone through Patanjali Yoga Sutra straight away.
See, that's why Shirdi Sai Baba says we should seek a good Acharya, Guru, who will lead us the path.
That's most important. What our sir
That's what
says.
you showed now, you told that the Guru will show the correct path.
Exactly. Guru. And what sir says is that a Shirdi Baba, so for the people on the phone, Shirdi Baba says, you must seek the right Guru. That is very important. Now the interesting thing is that, how do you seek a right Guru? How did Vivekananda get? We all know Vivekananda's story. Okay? See, this is where the very first thing that I mentioned is, Vinayam is very important. Okay? And you've got to have an open mind and a sincerity. The sincerity is like the way a child learns. Sincerity is so important. Now, if I have a sincere desire, Swami, I've had enough, I can't take this. I cannot be separated from you. When the call comes from internally, you will get the right Guru.
It happens automatically.
That is Bhagavan. He's present everywhere. He's not absent, he's always listening to you. But also I'll tell you, and this is such an important lesson again, as beautifully one person has said, Swami comes and your mind is going all over the place, right? And so this person is doing that person is doing that, whatever it is. Even when you go to the temple, right? I mean, we have so much difficulty dedicating ourselves even for a single second to Bhagavan. Have you ever thought why you close your eyes when you go to the temple, when you do the prayer? Have you ever thought about it? So natural. All of us do it.
Try to avoid the distraction.
To concentrate. And you really look for, even though we spend so much money going to Tirupati or this and all that, and when the moment comes to pray, what do?
Close.
Why? Because Bhagavan is inside. He's not anywhere else. If we know the truth, automatically we do that. Isn't it? Everybody, doesn't matter what religion you are. Right? It is natural. Because this is why this is the temple and Bhagavan is inside. So he's a resident. That's the truth. We automatically do that. Then to be able to concentrate. Right? Now, so Bhagavan, when the call comes, so sincerely I need help. What is this? I don't know, whatever. It doesn't matter what all the dushkarmas you may have done up to that point. You may have been the worst rowdy. Doesn't matter. As Bhagavad Gita Swami says, even the worst scoundrel, doesn't matter. Moment he thinks and comes to me, all the other things are gone. Remember, the sacks are burnt. Right? Nothing is left. He is a devotee. We know what happened to Valmiki, right? So all the stories we know. So don't worry about all the things I have done till now. But sincerely want Bhagavan. That is enough. Then the teaching will come. The Guru will come. Trust me, all your questions will be answered. Then Bhagavan will stand back, as he did with Dhruva. Clasp his hands behind. Fine, let us see if he is doing what he says he is going to do. Because he now knows you have to do. The doing part is sadhana, the walking path. But you are not alone. You are not alone. Swami has assured you. Yes, the path will be difficult, but I am holding your hand. Don't worry. I am holding your hand all the way. Don't worry. Go. That is what sadhana is. We give it different names like yamam, niyamam and all those things, we get engrossed in that. All those things we'll talk about. But don't lose the sight of the goal, the message. The Vishaya asakti should not be there. Dull intellect should not be there. And the kudarkam should not be there. Right? Remember all the obstacles we talked about. Okay? And, just about completed. So we were at, are you happy, sir? we started talking about karmas, and when we finished that, so 6 enemies, right? We know anything that I do, anger, desire, all those things, without the company of Bhagavan. But anything I do, thinking sincerely, lovingly of Bhagavan and offering it to Him, even after doing something, a bad thought comes, I offer it to Him, that becomes a Sat Karma. That's why Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja. That's why Swami says, it does not mean you have to give up all your dharmas. Don't Sarva Dharman Parityajya mean give up all the dharmas. No. You have to do your dharma. You can't escape because dharma is the one that's supporting you. How can you give up dharma? How can you give up your support on which you are standing? Tell me. It's not possible. These are all wrong explanations. The right explanation, as Bhagavan himself says, give up all the charchai, the discussions and the debates about what dharma is and what dharma is not. Give up all that. That's all useless discussion. Surrender to me. That's the only dharma you have to follow. Surrender. So offer everything to Panam, like we say, offer everything. That becomes Sat Karma. Now, what's the mixed karma? We talk that and then we'll close for today. So, Sat Karma also, company of Bhagavan, love, living in love. Seriously, wanting to be more and more loving, less and less. When you are more loving, automatically you will become less selfish. And experience that you will not give it up. You will go more and more in that direction because it gives you more happiness and more peace. Being loving and less selfish is not for somebody else you are doing. For your own benefit you are doing. You taste it. It is not just an academic knowledge. Okay, that's the thing. Then, when you do that, in the company of same way we had 6 enemies, we also have 6 great friends. Satya, Dharma, Shanti, Prema, Ahimsa, Shama. Let's keep the company of these, any one of these. The interesting thing is that any company done one of the 6 enemies becomes bad. Any one of these is Sat Karma. Can you repeat again, please? Satya, Dharma, Shanti, Prema, Ahimsa, Shama. Satyam, Dharmam, Shantam. Satya, Dharma, Shanti, Prema, Ahimsa, Kshama.
Yeah, this is the yama basically in the yoga. All this.
Well, let's not go into Vishaya Asakti. Please, don't worry about that. Yes, yama is part of that. When you keep, the moment I say, I will not lie, I'm going to keep the company of truth. Yes, challenges will come. But as you overcome those challenges, big and small, holding on to your resolve, then what happens? Automatically, yamam will come, uparati will come. All those things, these are big concepts. These happen automatically. You don't have to go seek them. It is like turning the light switch on to bring light. You do the right thing, all the other things start taking place. Okay? You understand? So it's a simultaneous. Now, there are certain progress also. It's not like immediately the final goal is reached. You achieve something, then you fail. So that the progress is there. That is what's described. It's not, see, Ashta Anga Yogam. It's 8 parts. It is not 8 steps. Don't make the mistake. It is not 8 steps. It is not like you take first step, second step, third step. No. It's 8 parts of the same thing that each one gets revealed. You get to see it. Okay, in different aspects of it as you progress in the journey. Okay. Now, what is a mixed karma, and then we will close for today. Okay. Now, mixed karmas are very interesting. Very interesting. Why? Even though this is something very important for us to know, especially in Plano, with so many temples coming and all that. Please listen carefully. Okay. And why I don't participate in most of these. Okay, I'm telling you, not because I think I'm great. No. I want to follow that narrow path that Bhagavan has given to me. That's all. Okay, and I'm not asking anybody to join. That you have to follow the truth, your conscience. You cannot fool your conscience. Don't go there because you don't know when you'll get the next opportunity to keep the company of your conscience in the human body. It is not a joke, right? Okay. So, what is a mixed karma? See, good actions are done. I feed so many people, right? Or go to the temple, right? Build a temple, whatever. Do yagam, do all these pujas and all this. They are good acts. I'm worshipping only Bhagavan. I say only Vishnu Sahasranama. What is wrong in that? But the attitude, the objective, the goal, what I'm trying to achieve is not to seek the company of God, but to seek fame, to seek reputation, to increase my self-importance. That becomes a mixed karma. Please don't do that. Okay? I'm telling you honestly. Seriously, it is not right. It is not right. It's actually papam, to do that, mixed karma. Okay? And then, that I already explained to you. There are different examples that Swami gives. But just look around yourself, Okay? Very well. Am I doing this pomp and show? Even though everything Bhagavan graced us, But what am I doing? So he built the temple, built $1 million there. He gave $5,000. Everything, name comes, fame, and you be the leader of a group, right? I'm achieving so many things. But Bhagavan is not fooled by that. You have to look at your own internal impulses. The impulses are not there to embrace the lotus feet, and you do so all the good activities, whether feeding the poor, funding education, whatever you do, it's karma. Okay? Now, last one is jnana karma, which is the things that karma.
Word mixed.
Yes.
It shows that there is a good part also is there, right?
No. Yeah. What it means is that, okay, good question. That's why it's called mixed. The karma, the action of somebody, the hungry person gets fed. That is good. So he feels good, right? So he blesses you. Goodness is there. Now, if you do that with the attitude, with not attitude of taking care of the sangha, but to get a good name for yourself, you have to pay for that also. So you're right. That's why it's called mixed karma.
Does it get washed out?
Everything gets washed out in the course of time. Everything. Ultimately, Bhagavan is given the assurance, and that assurance is what's keeping me going. Frankly, it's like he says, don't worry. See, a Divine Mother will never let you suffer and throw you away to the wolves, so to speak, right? You're going to get back home. How do you get back home? It's like the particles of light that coming from the sun. What happens to it? You think it's gone somewhere? It's going back home only, right? It's nothing, not in course of time. The game is played this way: Kala Swarupaya Namaha, Kala Titaya Namaha. Beyond time, he has taken the form of time. And time, absolutely. This is the beauty of time. Next question is, an astute student will ask. I'm going a few minutes over, but since the question comes, I have to answer. An astute student will ask, you said good, bad, mixed. But what is good today becomes bad tomorrow? Isn't it? Have you ever thought about it? I mean, I eat good food now, then 4 hours later I have to get rid of it because it's no longer good for me. And what is bad today also becomes good tomorrow. Now I get hurt and pains. Oh, it heals and becomes, right? So same way among people. Somebody is very friendly to me today, tomorrow it becomes my enemy. Everything changes. Time, that's why if you look at it from the perspective of time, there is no good or there is no bad. But to answer your question, from our perspective, all these will get eliminated, will get negated, will dissolve is probably a good word in the course of time. But it's going to happen. Whether I do it or not doesn't matter, okay? But if I can take the attitude of being a participant, being a witness and enjoying it, then I keep the company of Bhagavan. If I participate in it, then I move away. You understand what I'm saying? That's all basic thing. Now, final one, karma of a jnani, and then we'll go on to the next one. Of a jnani. A jnani person like Paramacharya, I presume, because I can't comment on him, from what I see, right, is how will you be like, we read about Ramana Maharshi, his teachings, or people like that, how do they live the keeping, seeing Bhagavan everywhere, like Sthita Prajna is what Bhagavad Gita says. Tyagaraja were keeping a company of Rama all the time, but they still got the body, they still have to go through the normal what the body does. Deha Dharma is there, right? How did they live? Or Kulasekara was a Grahasthan and all that, right? How did they live? All the karmas they do, that is called Jnana Karma. That means everything automatically, the body does, the function does. Whether we like it or not, the Panchabhutangal, they will act and do the things they do. Still the life force is there and it goes away. Nothing in my control. But they keep themselves one with the Atma, one with love, and still do everything. Right? We all know Ramakrishna Paramahamsa got throat cancer. Was he died? Didn't even touch him. Right? That had to go through his karma. And short story and then we'll conclude. And Shishya asked him, Swami, you speak to Durga Devi every day. Why don't you ask her to remove your cancer, throat cancer? And okay, now when a request comes, Bhagavan attends to all requests. Jnanis attend to, they don't discriminate. They don't, this is a slight one. What does he know? No, nothing. We have to carry it out. Because the same God is acting through that person and asking you to do. This is very important in Vinayam. Somebody asks you to do, you must take it as Bhagavan himself is asking you. Who are you to tell me? No, that's wrong. Please. It's Bhagavan himself is speaking. And that means you got to act. You cannot deny that. But you have to act in a dharmic way. That's another thing. So what did he do? Next day, the comes and the Shishya asks, Swami, did you ask Durga Amba? Yes, I did. You know what she said? She said, yeah, I've got 6 billion mouths to speak through. One mouth doesn't speak, so what? She sent me back. That is the truth. They are not bothered. And Ramana Maharshi used to play. You have seen, must have heard the story of when cancer comes on a lump. Just one day for the fun of it, all the disciples are sitting there and he had the thing moving, All of a sudden from the forearm it went to the thing and then went to the other arm. He had the thing moving all over his body. It doesn't matter. They just see it as fun. Oh, okay, it's doing itself. No, I'm not attached to it. I'm not involved in it. Simple. That is Jnana Karma. They do. All the body does everything. But the mind always is Bhagavan. In fact, it's Amanaska, which is the state before you merge. That question also is being posed, which is the status on which Parikshit was before he merged with Bhagavan, before he heard the story of the birth of Krishna. That is important. At that time, we all hear Krishna Janmam and sing all this thing, but what should be my state of frame of mind to receive this nectar of the story of the birth of Krishna? What is my best qualification? How best I should be? That's how Parikshit was. None of us is like that. Okay? None of us is like that, to my knowledge. Okay, I know I'm not. But Parikshit was. That is why Sukhamuni told him the story of the birth of Krishna when Parikshit had no mind left. Amanaska. Okay? And so what is Amanaska? We'll talk about it. That also will be discussed. So you have to understand. All these are involved yogam. Just don't think yoga means YOGA and go. No. It's Bhagavan. Union, becoming one. It is not even union. Union means two things joining together. No. There is no two. It is only one. So to realize that oneness, so many things are involved. Now you begin to get a glimpse of what I meant when I learned from Bhagavan that there is no one present who can really teach Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Right? Because people who know, they don't talk. Only Bhagavan can teach because of his infinite compassion. He will speak. Do you understand? Get a glimpse of, the complexity as well as the simplicity of the same thing. Do you understand? Okay. So now, the next class, Swami's Grace will take up Vidya and Bhakti. So Moksha and Karma, you got an understanding. Vidya, we all talk about Vidya and Bhakti and all. What is it? Let's try to understand a little bit of that. And then we will go into some more on the obstacle side of learning, right? And then get into about Jnanam and Yogam, right? What is Yogam, right? We'll go through that. And then we'll go through the Ashtanga Yoga, okay? Very briefly what those